One of my friends found it interesting that I chose my college because they didn't have a requirement of a portfolio to apply to their animation program. She discovered this by watching my recent interview on the Modern Figures podcast. Check that out if you haven't already. But there is a background to this. She pointed it out because she spent 4 years of high school thinking about her portfolio and applying to an arts college. So the fact that I avoided it altogether was definitely different. Thinking back, part of it was that I never took an art class in high school. There was one art teacher in my high school and she was known for being mean. And there's definitely some childhood stuff around mean women. I had a babysitter that was really mean, so I avoid mean people, particularly mean women, at all costs. So that meant I had to be an art kid in a different way. Like, I was an art kid in the same way other art kids were art kids, but I just didn't take a high school art class. Shout out to Christina Rafalski. She was the art superstar in my high school. So anytime that there was something art related in school, I would do it. Even if it wasn't art related, I would make it art related. If we had to do a map in history class, I'll do the map. If there was an alternative to writing a paper, I'll draw something to get out of it. I had a project in psychology. I still have the project right here where I do my homework. From 2003. This is my from high school. This is when I was also taking a class at the community college, so I had learned how to do Illustrator. So I did all the so I was an artist still. I always tell people how I used to draw from the VHS tapes. So the Goofy movie, no tracing, just drawing. Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Fox and the Hound. I would make my own little folders through paper. I don't know what, I needed pockets, you know what I'm saying? Pockets. I just would make my own little stuff. I would draw from the like magazine covers. So you see I did my Avril Lavigne. The corn going wrong, so I would do my little drawings. I would also go to the library and steal, so photocopies of books. Instead of buying the books, we would just photocopy the books so I could learn how to draw. But I wouldn't be stealing for no reason. You know, get my little drawings in with my horses. The only structured schooling that I did have in high school was art instruction schools. If people remember the commercial where you draw the turtle or draw the pirate to get into the school, I actually did that school. I don't remember if I drew the turtle or what, but they also took drawings and they took my Allen Iverson drawing. Like I did a drawing based off of this image and it was like really good and they didn't give it back. They still got it. And I'm mad about that. But I still got my binders from art instruction schools. I still got my little booklets on all the little lessons. It wasn't until years later that I told my dad, like, they had a lesson for every letter of the alphabet. So I did every lesson but the last one. So I didn't actually graduate from art instruction schools, but I did get transfer credit at RIT for it. Because of the classes I took at a community college and then my art instruction schools credit, I was like a sophomore pretty quickly. And then another time, which was my downfall of getting my BFA in film, video, and animation from RIT because I had to change my major, was when I did my 1 quarter film. There was 3 professors. One professor I wasn't really familiar with. One I had for business of animation and for history of animation, so I took it with him. And then the third person, she was just known for being mean at my school, so I just didn't take the class with her. And then I ended up taking that class 3 times and changed my major to a Bachelor of Science in Multidisciplinary Studies, which is make your own major, because I was like, okay, it's gonna take me an extra year to actually get my BFA, so let me just change my major, and then animation doesn't care about your degree anyway, and here I am. I'm still in the industry. So that was my funny background to taking the road less traveled to still end up in the animation industry.